Hello and welcome to the Life is Storytelling Screencast. Today, we're talking about a TV show that is very near and dear to our hearts, and that is Game of Thrones Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Maybe you've heard of it. But I'm your host, Chris Pierce, joined by my co host, Ernest. No, you're not. Gonzalez. How are you doing today,
What
Ernest?
the? Come on, man. Come on. I just figured that's what they would have called me back then.
Mm,
In that
in that
universe, it
time,
just
yeah.
makes sense.
I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
trust me. I played it out a million times in my head. It's how it works out every time.
But how are you doing, sir?
Oh, good man. Just super wise right now. A little sore from the gym.
I hate you.
But more than anything, right now in this moment, I'm just like a little upset that it's over.
Yeah, yeah.
like but super excited to talk about this show because there's so much here.
Yeah, man. Though it is definitely a show on the shorter side. There's still a
Mm.
good bit of stuff to go over. But before we get into the TV side of things, we got to talk about some gaming update. The biggest gaming update y'all might have heard. So we have a bingo card going for the year of 2026. We are going to go in accordance with a little different than a normal bingo setting. We are going to go with whoever has the most, what we call it, a row streak.
Bingos.
Oh, sure. Whoever has the most bingos at the end of the year.
Yeah,
But as of
most
right
complete
now,
lines.
only
Yeah.
3 weeks, Alan Wakes, only 3 weeks from the time we set these up, we have our first bingo, and that is me. Is as you know, last week I got the new God of War game. We have a free space, and then right up here, Resident Evil 9 scores at least a 9 at IGN, and that
And that's
did
what it got,
happen.
right?
It is. It
It
got
got
a
a 9.
9. It got a 9.
Mm, 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 mm.
So whenever you're making a bingo
So
cards kit, make sure you word that right.
does it getting a high score, that you getting that correct, does it deepen the hype for you?
Yeah. So it had me
Yeah.
really like I've been looking because sometimes I do it for a game I'm looking forward to. This is one like no matter what anybody says, I'm getting it. I got
Yeah.
Resident Evil 6 Collector's Edition day one. Um, but
Collector's edition.
hey dog.
You're like notorious for like loving bad things
Hey
and like
man, and that's how I
participating
got.
in bad things.
That's how I ended up with my co-host. But
Fucking
so wise, you walked
out
right into
here.
that one.
They're Jonah
Um,
Hex.
hey, Dragon Ball Evolution saw it twice in theaters,
Yeah.
but yeah, no. It was very much like a Christmas morning moment of like, oh, dude, what do you mean the embargo's out tomorrow? Okay. Okay, I got really nervous the morning of the reviews coming out because the first review I saw was like a 7 out of 10, and I was like, shit. But I don't even remember who it was. And then as you've seen, like everyone's giving this thing a 9 or a 10. So it's like this is beautiful. Obviously, already very excited. Already very excited. And it's another thing just to be like Leon's back. People seem to be loving it. We're recording this the day before it's coming out. It's gonna be in my hands, man. I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked. But yeah, it did add a little layer to like because we're doing more with it. And like, yeah,
Yeah.
because honestly, I don't think because like one of my things on here is Jeff Keighley's gonna make a joke about High Guard. I don't think that's gonna happen anymore. I really don't think that's
Oh
gonna
man.
happen anymore. No, to be fair, the joke was never gonna be about like, oh, it's a bad game or anything like that. It was a joke about like his influence on what might be happening.
Right.
But so much more has happened with that I'm like, that's bad PR. We'll see what happens. But hey, dude, Dirge of Cerberus remake and a Witcher 3 DLC for a game that came out the same year as Overwatch. Who knows? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. But as of right now, I'm in that lead, baby. And what that will also mean is if we are at the end of the year and we are tied, say, let's just say for conversation's sake, it's 1-1, I get to decide how we're gonna break that tie. And not by cheating and being like, I automatically win. We have to do something to determine it. So, because we're here for the
Yeah.
content.
I recommended a foot race. I got bad knees.
That's terrible.
So
I would not do that to you. I would not do because
yeah.
again, I don't even know what we do
I'll sacrifice the knees for that pizza
have
though.
all of us take the
Like,
day from the gym and Dustin holds the camera while you and me are so that's the workout for the day. Oh man.
yeah. There's like a
Uh,
field or a track or something around here somewhere,
there
you
are.
know.
I mean, I was
But
like, there's literally schools. They have like a soccer field like across the street.
You can do
Um,
like a over the top thing for like Sylvester Stallone, except instead of like for the custody of his son, we do it for pizza.
oh, okay. There you go. Oh
Did
my
you ever
God, a
see Over
ladder
the Top?
match. No, no, I did not.
Oh,
Oh, is
so
that the
arm
arm
wrestling
wrestling
movie.
match? I mean, the
Yeah,
movie?
yeah,
So I've
yeah,
seen clips of it.
yeah,
I never knew that's what it was called.
yeah. It's bad.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Um, yeah,
It
no,
is. It is
interesting.
a lot like the Dom custody match, though. It
Dude,
really
like, so what we
is.
do is we get the pizza and it's just hanging up there.
Yeah, yeah,
And we have
yeah.
to just
And you
beat the shit
cash
out
it
of each
in.
other. But we
Yeah.
have to run promos. No, that's too much. But we'll figure out. We'll see what things are looking like towards the end of the year. Or of course, like if somebody just dominates and fills up their whole card, you can't do anything more than that. That's auto. I would call that
Yeah,
automatically a win.
that's a dub. That's a
But that
dub.
would be a huge win for gamers in general if either one of our cards fully filled up. So
Yeah, we
we'll
want good things here. We
for
want
sure,
good
and that's why we
things.
didn't put anything
For sure.
negative. It's unfortunate my Jeff
Yeah.
Keighley thing is now would be considered a negative if it happened, but it's all right. Maybe they'll make a comeback. I'm rooting for them. But we'll be back talking about games next week on the Games Cast. We have Marathon to play this weekend. The latest from Bungie. They're doing the Server Slam going on right now. We're going to play some tonight. Play obviously tomorrow with Justin, and then
Yeah.
whenever we have some time over the weekend. Got a busy Saturday. Elimination Chamber. Let's go. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that'll be our episode next week. So stay tuned for that. But today, Game of Thrones, man. It's February 26, 2026. This is our last episode of the month of February. We're already about like two full months into the year of 2026, and it just feels like the fire is just burning so bright that is tearing our world apart. But a light that is shining down, that is just giving us a ray of positivity, love, hope, just good vibes is this show. Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Obviously, Ernest is our, I would call you the Game of Thrones guy. I know we have a lot of jokes about like, oh, Tekken guy, oh, Fortnite guy, whatever. But yeah, dude, you're definitely the Game of Thrones dude. You're the only person I've
I
ever heard
guess.
defend that
Yeah.
ending. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
he
the
s-
only person I've ever heard defend that
he says it's his
ending.
favorite part of
So
the
I mean,
show. So yeah,
I know I'm the odd man out.
yeah,
It's not my favorite part of the show.
he changed
That's
it too.
silly.
I'm
But
just kidding.
I don't think it's bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Spoilers for Game of Thrones. Daenerys was crazy the whole time. I don't know why everybody was so surprised that she burned down a city and stuff. All that was ever stopping her from doing that was her advisors,
hmm,
and she killed them,
yeah.
or they were killed. So without somebody holding that leash, she just went crazy. No, like how did y'all not see this go coming?
So I
You
will
know,
because we're not
and
getting
that's
into
just
this.
Targaryens in general. I'm
Right,
just
which
saying.
we'll get back into with House of the Dragon later this summer. But all I'll say to that
Brianna's
is
hearth became a fucking Kingsguard. Sorry,
Daenerys
go
being
ahead.
crazy is not the only thing that makes the ending rough. That's all
It's
I'll say
not.
to that.
It's just the first point that I always make
And
in my
that's fair.
argument
There's a
there.
whole episode
Yeah,
you can't
there's lots
see.
of other things as well.
But yeah, well, maybe we'll go talk about that some other time. But let's talk about something we both agree on. Spoiler alert for some thoughts here, but we don't know scores yet. We both like this show. This show's really, really good. Honestly,
Yeah,
it's so good. It's also very different for something in this universe. I think when you think shared universe, the first thing that comes to mind is the MCU. And I love how much this has been accepted by like a lot of folks. Because like when you have Marvel taking some, it's been a while I would say since they've done it, but when they do take those swings, like you love to see the differences in that universe. I cannot believe y'all didn't show up for Thunderbolts. It's insane. It's insane. But we're not getting into that. We're not getting into that. How dare you let that be considered a flop? But this is not a flop. Ernest,
that's a good movie.
it's a
That's a good
great
movie.
movie, and it
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
have to end in
really
a
good.
superhero fight, folks. Come on now, um,
No, that's
and
part
all
of
you
what makes it so great.
right
Honestly.
is
But
sometimes something different from what you're used to can make it just stick out that much more, which is a huge point of what we have here with Night of the Seven Kingdoms, season one. Again,
yeah,
full spoilers. You're warned. We're getting into it. Ernest, let me know your
get out of
thoughts
here.
on this show and give me a score.
Yeah, so I like you said, a breath of fresh air is what everybody has said about it.
Yeah.
What I see a lot of people, I got a message probably 5 minutes before we started because I posted an edit,
Hmm.
just like really pointing out like the cinematography and how they're using some of the same settings like throughout the episodes and stuff. It's beautiful, by the way. And Brian, my barber, my guy, my buddy.
My guy.
He messaged me and he was like, "It's the best Game of Thrones show." And I feel like that is, I'm not going to say the consensus, but like a lot of people are feeling this way. I
Yeah,
think that
yeah,
it
yeah.
is a phenomenal show. It is so good. I don't know if there's no way that we get here without what came before it, right?
Mhm. For sure.
Like, so props to the OGs too, but this show, like as a standalone, is fantastic. It is
Mhm.
so good. I love the lightheartedness that it starts out with.
Oh
And
yeah.
it really is a shift. It really is a pivot from what we're used to with Game of Thrones. We're used to that dark and gritty.
Hmm.
And like you said, we don't have to have the same thing in everything that you put
Hmm.
out, you know. There are still some, like, there's dark and gritty, but it's more in the background than
Right.
it is up front,
With the exception of like one episode, but yeah.
because it's completely character driven.
Right.
It's just Dunk
100%.
and Egg, you know? And like with those two, it is hard to just be dark and gritty.
Yeah.
Only dark and gritty things can happen to them, but they are not those types of people, the betrayers and whatnot out here, you know?
Not yet. Watching you,
I
Egg.
and their dynamic, they're like an all-time TV duo.
Yeah.
Like easy,
Yeah. Yeah.
easy. We were talking so much about like Supernatural just a moment ago,
Oh, dude,
randomly
yeah.
over dinner.
Didn't think
Like,
that was coming back
and
here, but here we go.
yeah, me neither, man. But like, but you know, like that kind of duo, like when you think TV duos, you know, Lucy and Ricky or whatever, like, you know, like all these people,
Oh,
Kermit and Miss Piggy, and like I'm
the
saying
Hound and
more couples than
Arya. You don't
anything.
have to go off
There
the.
you go. And they are a great one. They
They
are a
are.
great
They
one.
are
But
great
like
ones.
this is an all-time one.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
And like it, and of course, props to the actors for that. We've seen a lot of footage of them like behind the scenes,
And
them
it's
meeting
all
each other for
adorable.
the first time. Like we know how much they hang out like outside of the show and stuff like that. And yeah, Peter and Dexter are amazing.
Hmm.
Duncan Egg. And I love the story that we get here. I also love how within itself it takes a little bit of a pivot and does show us a little bit more of what we're used to in that Game of Thrones
Hmm.
universe, because it does have its dark spots, and those dark spots are hella dark,
Yeah.
man. And when we get that, like, it's, I'm not going to say it's more impactful, but it's a different kind of impactful because we've been so lighthearted up to that point, you
Hmm.
know. So when it hits, it's so unexpected. Like, oh man,
Yeah.
it's a lot. And you know, you're probably thinking of the exact moment that I'm thinking of when
Hmm.
he takes off his helmet and stuff.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
man, oh I like, and because I haven't read the books, big thing of me being a fan with the Game of Thrones series was that I did read the books. I watched the first season, read all the books. I was ready to go for season two, right?
Mm.
Um, I don't have any kind of history in like what happens here, and I love that. I love that. I'd rather read after and compare then,
Mm.
because everything that this show has given me, I'm loving so much. And
Yeah.
for me to be like, they didn't do it that way in the book, I don't want to do that to myself, you know. So but I love this show. I love this show. I really want more. And I know we're gonna have to wait for it, and it hurts me a little bit. But take your time with this because I want the best that you got.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But score wise, I can't take points away from this. I can't find a place to take points away from this. Is a 10 out of 10 show.
Mm. 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 So
Chris hates it.
we talk about biased, and that's why usually why we let Ernest go first. Just kidding. No, 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 no. We're gonna get into that, but I do want to shout out at JJ Milio, Mileo. He's the one who made the edit that Ernest is referring to.
Yeah.
His edits take a while, but yeah, it's also very good. It's also very good. But yeah, no, everything you just said, I pretty much echo. Except for the fact that like you suck. I think there is nothing I would change about the show. The only thing I would change is like I want more. That's not really changed. Like
Yeah.
they told the complete story. You got character arcs. No arc is complete to the point where you're like, we don't need more. And supposedly it's going to open up pretty good because like they're set up to just go on adventures after this, which is essentially what supposedly that is. Um, and that's exciting to me. Like, dude, if there's so like we have House of the Dragon, we're gonna get the penultimate season this year, and then after that we get the final season. That's gonna be the end of that. Game of Thrones has already ended. There's rumblings of an animated series involving the story of the sea snake. Dude, like expand the hell out of this universe. You have it. You have all these different like generations, different like just iterations, and I want more. I want more. We literally just on the gaming side of things. They're the Warner Brothers announced that though there's nothing happening right now, they're planning a big comeback with four major franchises. You can immediately think which ones they probably are, but one of them is Game of Thrones, and I think out of like a lot of their IP, there's really like that Telltale game, and I don't think there's much else.
Oh, Game of Thrones wise,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
And
The
so
Telltale game's pretty good though for
right, but
anybody
there,
that
again,
hasn't
there's
tried
still
it.
one.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
just like and that's so old now. Um, like if you whether you go Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 with it, whether you try to lean towards the Elden Ring side of things, there's so many things to take inspiration from that you can make in like even the Shadow of Mordor, like the Lord of the Rings stuff. There's a lot of templates you can mold and still create something all new for yourself in a Game of Thrones universe. And again, it's so big, so vast. There's so much going on in different like timelines and stuff, not timelines, literally just different centuries that you could make a whole game without worrying about the story of a show that already exists. Tell fans that it's canon. We're all going to go crazy for it, but also make it good. Um,
And they are making one, right?
no, there's no, I mean,
Then
there's,
they announced one.
we don't know what's happening for it yet.
Oh, just that there is one.
Right. Because like I just
Okay.
said, that they're focusing on again, if you think about it, DC,
Mhm.
Game of Thrones, Harry Potter. I'm pretty sure we can all guess what the next Harry Potter game is because that sequel is going to happen. Um, and I'm blanking on the last one. We're not getting lost in that anyway. But yeah, Game of Thrones, regardless. They're working on something. Obviously, a lot of things have changed since the last thing we got from anything Warner Brothers was Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. But back on to the point here. There's a lot you can do with Game of Thrones, and I'm so glad they took the time to do this, that we're going to get more of this. The beauty of it being so short is we most likely will not have to wait that long before we get another season. Whereas it's like two to 3 years between seasons of House of the Dragon. Understandably so. Like they have dragons. They have dragons like that alone is like damn. uh but I would this is a show that I think if done right, which like what I mean by done right is do what you did here, you could have this every year. We get the bear every year, and it's just a great time every time it's back. Maybe not emotionally, but it's great that it's there. So I think the same thing here. It's a good, swift 30 to 40 minute show. Some of the episodes are a little longer. I love that when you take the time for those certain events that do deserve that little bit of time, like extra time. And then other ones, you don't have to bloat it. You don't have to Spider-Man to it. You don't have to fill it with extra shit. Um, it's just the most recent example that I can think of. I'm sorry. But as you were
Spider-Man
saying,
2.
yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 2. But huge shout out to Peter Claffey, Claffey,
Yeah.
and then Dexter, Soul, Ansel, who are Dunk and Egg. I know if we say the name too fast, it's Dunk and Egg. That's not his name.
Mhm.
It's two people. So, but they're incredible. Their dynamic is so good. They have great chemistry. And then we'll get into the rest of the cast here in a bit. But well, obviously, the heart of this, the thing that needs to work, is them. And my God, does it work? They are hilarious. They are sweet. They are precious. There's a whole thing about like, is it weird that I have like little black hands growing out of my growing out, growing
Weird
out
that
of
you're
my scalp?
telling me.
It's like it's weird that you're telling me. It's so
And his
good.
face afterwards, like,
It's so
dude,
so good.
I love the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
part where
They don't look at
it's
the
like,
camera. They don't do the gym thing, but they do like the least pandery version of that, where like you do just get the
it's
lingering like. And we're the ones that are looking at the like, what the fuck? But it's so good. It's so good.
it's so
I
funny.
know some people had some comments about like you have literally have a shitting scene in the first episode. There's a huge dick in the second episode. But honestly, first of all,
Both of
neither of
those
those
things
take
were
anything away. Yeah, like neither of those things are taken
They're a
away.
great addition.
Um, But like again, in the moments, because the I would argue one of the two most important things about comedy are balance and timing, and they got it. The hilarious
Yeah,
parts are hilarious. There are parts where you are going to tear up. There are things you're going to think about after the fact, and yeah, and at the same time, you're going to care about where these characters are going to go. I've heard plenty of things from people that have gone through the lore and know things, and so I like know where some things will ultimately end up. And I'm so stoked to still just hear the journey and just see how we get there. Like the fact
yeah,
that like my mind is blown. Spoiler alert again. Egg's a Targaryen. I was just like, I'm betrayed. I hated him. I was like, oh,
yeah.
I hate you. I hate you. You shaved your head, you monster. And then he won me back. Like we're going to the next episode.
I am so upset that I saw a spoiler for that online
Yeah,
before that episode, like two
it's
or
like
three
episode
episodes
three.
before it's
Yeah,
revealed. Yeah, and I but there are things in the show where you see him like you see the effects of that. Like you can see early on that he's trying to avoid the Targaryens at
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
tournament and stuff like that. And I would not have noticed probably
I
if
didn't.
I
Obviously, I
didn't
didn't
know that
notice.
going
I
into
didn't even
it.
think
Yeah.
about the fact that like, oh, you chose to be bald because I didn't. But yeah, no, it's crazy, and it's just. But dude, I'd love to have some like we all have our favorite characters in Game of Thrones. It's not like we don't, and we were rooting for them 100%. But like I have not rooted for anyone in this universe quite like this. Like I am. I love me the when we're in House of the Dragon. I'm rooting for the white hair. Well, sorry, she has white hair. I'm rooting for the brunette side. What's her name?
Yeah.
Rhaenyra, right?
Oh, Rhaenyra.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's my
Okay.
girl. She's my queen, man. And I love the brunettes, and I love that some of the knowledge from just what you know about like how her kids are brunettes. When we're in this current time, like this current here, I'm like, this is a Targaryen with dark hair. We could trust this man.
Yeah, yeah. Because Chris loves adultery.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Hey
Yeah.
man, Targaryen's not my favorite house. Um, but who's
What's your
your
favorite
favorite
house?
house? No, I asked.
What's your
Well, we
favorite?
asked at the same time, but I'm gonna ask you for. Do
The
you
green
have one?
apple one.
No, if you
Nah.
can't even get out of
No,
it.
not really. Not
Okay.
really. It's hard to pick. It's hard to pick a house because one thing about this universe is that within any organization, it's going to have its bad apples.
Get
And
off
it's
of that
going to
house,
have
man.
its and is going to have some standouts. Like you could
Oh, for
pick
sure.
some that were like mostly bad, like the Boltons or whatever. They were like pretty
Uh,
villainous all throughout and stuff like that. The phrase and things like this. But it's hard to pick any one, you know, house and just say like, oh, this is just full of people that I love. Uh,
well,
you know,
so, and it
um,
depends on what you're looking for when you say you love a house. Um, I would, because I do love me the Starks. Obviously, I only know really our main show Starks, you know? I love me
yeah.
Ned. I love Ned. He was my dude in season one, and then of course they did what they did. Um, Spoiler alert for all of Game of Thrones, I should say. Uh,
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
the other cool thing, we all have all the tangents, but the other cool thing about this is not like it, at least unless you're really, really paying attention to like the nitty gritty little parts. So I can't speak to that. But for the most part, you can watch each of these shows without getting spoiled of one or the other. Obviously,
yeah,
nothing has come after the events of the actual Game of Thrones, so that's probably why. But it's
right.
just interesting that again you have that story and history that we're able to just go back to, and it's awesome. Um, but I will say my favorite house is Baratheon, and that's not me saying they're all good apples. Never said that. I don't think that. I don't
No,
think
that's a
this.
different house.
Huh?
Fossilway.
Huh?
Fossilways are the apples.
Oh, God, I hate you. Why did they introduce us to the Fascinator? um, but we because I was always a big fan of Robert because I loved Robert and Ned and oh Robert. Uh, and obviously the worst Baratheon is the one who chose to go by Lannister, and that is Joffrey. So it's just how that
Oh,
goes.
oh. I don't think he knew he was a Baratheon.
He didn't. He knew his
But
father was.
oh no, that's right. I mean, I don't think he knew he was a Lannister. You know, but
He knew who his mom was.
you knew his mom was.
His mom's a Lannister, so he knew he was a Lannister.
Yeah, But I mean,
Oh,
in the
right.
sense
So I
that
forgot something.
his uncle,
I forgot a key point in the main Game of Thrones. Robert's not his actual dad.
right? That's
Right.
kind of a
I
big thing.
completely forgot that. I completely forgot that. You know why?
Yeah,
Because my Baratheons don't do that shit. You know what's up?
his real dad is my favorite Game of Thrones character.
Jaime?
I love Jaime Lannister.
Jaime
Yes.
Lannister. No, Jamie
Yeah.
rules. Jamie's
Jaime
awesome.
Lannister. Yeah. And just like my favorite character arc, probably like in all of Game of Thrones,
Oh yeah.
because he does not start off as a good guy. Let me tell
Yeah.
you that. And it is through like trials. Trials often come with tribulations. There was some of those too, that
Mm,
he has that character development and really does come to see like the world as he wasn't seeing it before, when he was just sheltered and not out on the road and not living hard and
mm.
stuff like that and not being rejected, you know? Um, yeah, and that character arc is amazing. Like you talk about some of like the character development here being great. I do love what we get with Dunk. He has to nut up a little bit. I love the stuff that we get with Egg as well. Um, but yeah, these are also Game of Thrones characters that had a full series to like be fleshed
Yeah, eight
out and stuff
seasons.
like
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
So
for
I'm
sure.
interested to see where this is going to go
For
too,
sure.
because like you think about the one scene in this show where they walk up, the fortune teller comes up to him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this should be fun. Go ahead, tell me my fortune or whatever."
Mm.
And they get to Egg, and yeah,
So
she
you
pretty much
already knew
tells
he was
him
a
how he's
freaking.
going to die.
You knew who
A
he was
Lannister
at
at that
that
time.
point. Not a Lannister,
Yes.
Targaryen. Um,
Yeah, no, see what you did. Yeah, I already knew he
I
was a
think somebody
Targaryen.
here likes adultery more than the other person, but yeah, no, it's but no, yeah,
It's
because
hard
that
to
was such a
like Game of
mind moment,
Thrones
like of
without
like
adultery.
when you think back on that fucking listening to the thing, and I was like, "There's dead dragons. That's great," and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah, yeah, like falling on top of him or
right,
whatever, and
right,
then
right,
yeah, he like caught him. Like it's
dude,
perfect. But
it's
then
crazy."
that should really like worry Egg, because she's like, "You'll be a king and you'll burn to death and all this stuff,"
Yeah,
and he's
yeah,
just like, "What the hell was that?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah,
because
right."
it's not him or any of his siblings that become the Mad King. That's like his lineage, right? Like
Yeah,
it's gonna be
yes,
like,
yes,
okay,
that's
yeah,
after.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, we know they're destined for failure. Like it's already started. Like they're obviously still in power here, but it's we know, we know.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly how it explodes, but we know it explodes. So we'll see where that goes. Because Daenerys is off in the corner of the universe by herself. Well, with her brother alone for a reason.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I also want to
Right.
shout out Daniel Ings, Lionel Baratheon, because oh my
Mm.
God, my bisexual king. I think he's beautiful. He's so funny. He has all the riz, all the sass, and he has everything you could want from just a very not well, he is egotistical, of course. When you first meet him, he's like, "Why are you even talking to me? Why are you here? Who invited you to this dinner?" But from there, you just see the charisma and just what he brings to the table. Robert has some of that, but not in this sense. Granted, we see Robert towards the end, obviously. Um, but even when you hear the stories of Robert, he's kind of like a musclehead earlier in his years. He had like I'm pretty sure his weapon's like a
It's like that the
warhammer.
whole time.
Right,
Yeah.
but like we see, I argue that you see a kind of sense more sensitive side when you get towards the end there with him and Ned when they have their little because they have like literally this whole conversation by themselves. The women are away, and he like says things that I don't think he obviously he puts the posture up when he's around the rest of his family and the his people. But I love it when those walls comes down for him, and unfortunately he lets a pig in there. So, but yeah. But Lionel, so far so good. He's funny. He's a badass. I love his line, and we're gonna get to the end of this season here in a bit. But it's so hard to hear when you see a character die that you do like. And like not only did he die, he died for a good cause, but Lionel is not wrong in saying he didn't really like have anything to lose, which is tough. It's
Right.
really hard to
This
swallow.
should have been a safe fight for him, you
Right.
know? Like
Right. There are
he's
people
fighting
that
against the
would
people
not
that
want
guard
to.
him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
Right.
they do so much because from my understanding, I have also not gone through the books. Um, Apparently, they're called novellas. Does that mean they're shorter? Is that what that is? Is that different?
Yeah, it's usually a shorter.
Okay. Um,
It's not
and
a whole novel.
right.
Yeah.
But there there's apparently a lot of vagueness to this. Like and to be fair, like one of the biggest things is like, did he get knighted or not? A dunk get knighted or not? And they still play with that. You don't specifically know. You can lean one way or the other. I don't think he was. I think we both agree on that. Like he's kind of telling
They
the whole
confirm
truth.
it. They confirm it in the last episode.
Did they?
Yeah, when Homeboy's all like on the tree,
And
like right before he dies, the first thing he says is, "Why didn't you ever knight me?"
he gets back up.
Yeah,
He doesn't die.
yeah, he doesn't die, but I'm that's not the point. What I'm saying, what I'm
That
saying
doesn't
is
confirm
the
anything.
way that they the way that they start off that conversation is
Yeah.
saying, "Why didn't you ever knight me?"
So he could have knighted him after that, though.
No, he
Why?
never knighted him.
Well, but you don't know that. You don't know that.
I don't know how you don't know that.
He doesn't
He
die
just
on
asked
that
him, "Why didn't you ever?"
right,
That's
and he
like
gets
present him.
right.
That's not an
Well,
old conversation.
well, no, that was not. Well, that wasn't a flashback.
It wasn't a flashback. That's what I'm saying.
Right,
And
that
he
was
says, "Why didn't
adult.
you ever knight me?"
Right, and he gets back up,
Right,
and he doesn't die right there.
right,
Right,
right.
right. So he could have
So
knighted him
how
off
does this
screen.
not? No, he couldn't.
Why? He
No.
doesn't
When
die there.
he's already dead, Sir Arlen is already
That's not him
dead
talking
when
to a
they're having
memory
this
or a ghost
conversation.
or anything.
It's it's in his head when he gets knocked out. That's not a past conversation.
That's a memory.
I don't know, man. I
He
don't know.
so he's
He
the
didn't.
same
I
age.
don't think he knighted him.
And that's fine. So first of all, it's wild that we're fighting on the fact that we're agreeing on this at that point. But I do
Yeah,
not believe they agreed on
yeah.
that. Because I'll also say Kit Laser also says they do not tell you. Respect to Kit Laser. But it is not confirmed. It's also not
Okay,
confirmed in the books.
I'm gonna let it go. Yeah,
You're wrong, but it's okay.
you're wrong.
I'm
Go ahead.
not. I will. So to be fair, and I will say this, the only proof I would have to show you is not actually proof. It's just something that somebody else said. So if you got something beyond that, that's great. But yeah, um, regardless, it's a great show. Obviously brings out a nasty side of some people. You're on my left side. I don't know what side you're on
Chris.
for me. Oh, okay. Um, but there's a lot of ambiguity in this story in general because it is like apparently like a vague just telling of this man's stories, like him and Egg going on adventures, doing stuff like that. And granted, I don't know to what extent we're filling things in on, but like even just having the brother who did land that final blow on um on his brother, white hair,
Yeah.
bashing in brunette, the princes, if you will. We get a whole conversation about like how he's gonna have to live with the fact that like he knows he didn't do it on purpose, but that's not gonna change the whispers. Like everyone's gonna be saying that, and Dunk responds to that with just like, and everyone's gonna say he died for me. I'm the one who caused him that, and instead of being like, no, 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 because of course they're not friends. He's like, you'll have to live with the whispers too. And that I would love to hear is not part of the book. It's just like, that's so, as you're saying, that's pure character right there, man. That is getting in here in the deep with what they're dealing with. And they're both 100% right. Like, if we were to like see the headline for these events, um, we wouldn't have anything like concrete to say like I don't think he did it for this or like you know what he we saw a picture of him with Diddy one time. I do think he's an evil man. Like it's just like there's just so many different things. Obviously, social media just changes that whole landscape. But it's just like word of mouth and even just rumors. Like obviously, me and Ernest are not like the most popular people in the world, but like you've heard a nasty rumor about yourself, I'm sure at some point or another, whatnot, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
not great.
The other day.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
But we haven't also been accused of killing our brothers. My brother is very much alive. Um, but yeah, that's just
Mine in
they
the
get into
womb.
the characters. What?
I ate my brother in the womb.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, dude,
Recognize.
this show has so many good characters. It is a really good story, and it ends at such a good point Like you were saying, I can't wait to see where we go from here. Because it's just going to be more Dunk and
Yeah,
Egg, and no matter what happens, because they should neither one should be able to die. We know that they have a long tenured history together.
right.
That's all I need.
Plot armor until
There
the
you
end.
go.
You know.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Never have I heard that in a positive sense, and here we are. I'm so glad because, dude, protect Egg with all you got. Dunk too, for sure. He's such a good male role model to have in this space, um, or just in obviously in entertainment in general. But dude, Egg is precious. He's so good. He's adorable. He's very funny, and he's so small. I know that's such a weird thing to bring, but like he's just so tiny compared to because obviously Sir Dunk the Tall is already larger than a normal guy. And yeah, they're such a dude. I love their banter. I love their back and forth. But what else you got, man? What else you want to bring up for this?
I want to talk about Raymond Fossaway
Okay.
because he is just the best friend. He's the best friend that you could ever have.
Yeah.
He is so that like he really just like hits it off with Dunk when as he's getting his ass beat by his cousin.
Yeah.
and and then like he invites him to go drink. That's how he met what's his name, Baratheon and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Right on.
like from that point on, he's just ride or die, dude.
Mhm.
And to the point that they got to what is it, the Battle of the Seven? What's it called?
I don't know what the battle's called.
The
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 only
Rite
battle
of
I
the
have
Seven, or
memorized is the Trial of Seven.
it's the Trial of Seven. When they get to the Trial of Seven, and he's like, "I'm gonna fight for you," you know, and he has no armor. I mean, he has like that thin leather stuff, you know,
Mhm.
like he just gets knighted right there, and doesn't want to knight him because he's not a knight,
Yeah.
and um, and then you get the Baratheon like, "Ah, oh, step aside, I got this." Bow, bow. Like while he's over there, it's happening off screen, but it's still so impactful. It's
Yeah.
such a big thing for that character, especially how he kind of like cowers to his cousin leading up to that, and then that's just like over the line. He like
Yeah.
screwed his friend, and like you gave him your word, and he just like pushes him like, "Okay, then I'm fighting against you," you know, and it's wonderful.
He's
But
awesome.
then after too, he ends up getting with Red,
Hmm.
who is just like, I love her. I love her so much. I
She's great.
love that she just like saw an opportunity, took it. Like this man's a knight now. This is my guy.
Yeah,
Easy,
dude.
easy. Um, yeah, yeah. I love everything about that character. He's also just funny as hell as
He's really
well.
funny.
So
He reminds me a
yeah,
lot of I don't know if I brought this up to you or not, and maybe you remember his name. I do not. Because there is a he might have been a
Podrick.
squire. Is that the bastard son of no, he's not the bastard son. It's the guy who it's the non-knight who gets like he keeps getting all the sex.
He ends up being with yeah, yeah, yeah. That's Podrick.
Once it starts, it doesn't
Podrick
stop. He
Payne.
just keeps getting it. There you go.
Podrick Payne, I
But
believe
very
is his
much, and
name.
like I don't specifically remember who he is or who played him or whatnot, but I just get the same
Hmm.
vibe. And those are great people.
A lot of similarities.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Someone who like looks rather meek, but is like actually a badass. Like,
Right.
yeah,
Right, right, right.
yeah.
And I want to say, I don't 100% know. I feel like they both have curly hair, but I might be wrong.
And they both wear red. There you go. Yeah.
But no, dude, he's
What
he's
more do you need?
incredible. And like
Yeah.
literally, I love that he gets the horse that Dunk had originally sold. And on top of that, like he's very much, at least in this season, because I have no idea if we're gonna immediately see him again or whatnot. I would love to, of course, have him back. Um, but he gave me like Samwise vibes. Like he was just like the good guy who just, dude, no matter what he does, he's a bro. He's there for you. And like he's awesome. There's
Got
a
his
point
horse
where he's
back.
just, yeah, dude, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the and like immediate like he's a real one when he's just bashing on the Targaryens. He's awesome. He's
Yeah.
awesome. I love him so much. But hell yeah, what very very great character there. Um, but yeah, dude, this show's so good. I also want to shout out the score is very good. Uh, I think it's something that carries over from Game of Thrones. I think it goes over also to House of the Dragon. They just get it. I have no idea if it's the same like group or team or whatever. But regardless, dude, you talked about it yourself. Costume design, the landscapes where they're shooting, the music. They get the vibe, and that is honestly a little more impressive here because they carry the comedy with it, which sounds if we hadn't seen it. If we hadn't already watched it, you put that on paper, I'm like, oh, I'm iffy. I don't know. I don't know,
Yeah,
man. Funny Game of Thrones. That sounds terrible. But nah, dude, they got the sauce and they did everything they could to like show it. And I think we're going to be hearing a lot about this show for a lot of different things come next Emmy season. But yeah, I know. When you think of costume design, obviously I imagine just like me because I remember when you said it, we were looking at those suits of armor that everyone's in for that battle. What's the first
yeah.
suit of armor you think of when you think about it?
The fossil way one, the
Yeah,
one with the
Sam.
apples.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
amazing.
It's
It's
very good.
amazing.
It's very
And
good.
there's a lot like Prince Arian, like a lot. Some people don't like his helmet or whatever. Whether you like it or not,
Mm.
like the craftsmanship on that is
It
fantastic.
is very
Like
good.
there is so much. I even like Dunk's armor, and it's like the most plain thing
As it
in
should
the
be. But
world.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But like yeah, exactly. It just fits his character
yeah.
so very well. It's
100%.
so good that it was there. And shout out to the armorer that made his armor because
Yeah, he's just like,
that's
what
the
do you
real
got?
hero.
Yeah, yeah, for
That's the
sure.
real hero
That's
out
what
here
kept
for
Dunk
sure.
alive. Well, and Dunk had the
That
will.
dude,
Dunk
he
had the
was
will
stabbed multiple
so
times.
many
He was stabbed
times.
multiple times.
So many
Yeah,
times.
it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
that armor that did
Stabbed,
work,
beating the
baby.
crap out of that whole episode's crazy. That's
Yeah,
because
man.
literally you have the comedy and no episode's pure comedy. No, none of the episodes are just the full only laughing out loud. But when you get to that point, that's the brutal episode. And you have the action. There's a point where you get a first person point of view from Dunk, and it's insane. Like I just was like, oh man, we're
Yeah, the
here.
camera work is crazy.
And it's like
Absolutely.
high adrenaline, high octane. It gets stressful. How many times can Dunk go down? You forget. Like I was just saying, we were talking about the plot armor. That's what we need. We need those moments that make us forget. Because it is through
Yes.
trials and tribulation that these characters are going to go on and be more. Just how life works, you know? And of course, I don't want my babies to go through a whole lot, but they just had one season, so you have to appease the viewers, and we need more. Um, but yeah, dude, it's so good. I don't think there's a single bad performance. Everybody carries some kind of weight here. Do I remember? There, I will say, I don't remember every character's name because there's a lot of characters. There are a lot of
Yeah.
characters, but that's not a bad thing. And it is again, like if this was the first Game of Thrones show, sure, maybe a little bit, but like because that original show, it doesn't go episode by episode introducing you to each house, but it does a very good job of like layering out and telling that story and whatnot.
Like a
Obviously,
proper amount of exposition
right.
to go along with.
Right. Like the
Yeah. Like
Lannisters are
I'm
showing
thinking
up.
about like the first episode where the king is coming to
Yeah.
Winterfell and stuff like that. And a lot of the brothers and sisters of the Starks are like having conversations with each other, like, oh, that's the prince. They say
Yep.
da 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 about him and this and that.
Yep.
Ooh,
Yep.
stuff like that. But it's just filling you in with this information like
Yeah.
as you go.
It's natural.
And
It's just
yeah,
natural
yeah,
stuff. And very
right.
similar here. Obviously, like I don't think we see a single Stark here, to my knowledge. Also, maybe you shouldn't. I don't see no cold mountains or anything here. I don't know.
They're in the
I
north.
was gonna
Yeah.
say, I imagine they're up there. Um,
The king of
but
the north.
oh, that ended up being a sad. Well, no,
The king of
because
the north.
oh, dude,
He comes back.
but it's so cool at
He
the
comes
moment.
back later. Yeah.
Um, that and dude, Rob had the two most shocking things from that show for me.
Oh man. Oh, Rob should have done it, bro. Like people talk about how I forget the prince's name. The one that dies though. Baelor. Um
Oh, yes.
yeah, how Prince Baelor would have been like a fantastic king and stuff
Mhm.
like this. Like everybody's sure that he would have been the best king of all time.
Yeah.
And I really feel like Rob would have killed it, bro.
I think Rob would have killed
Rob
it.
would
I
have
think Rob
been
would have absolutely done it. And I
oh
think because he was
yeah.
going to be so good and like he was in position to potentially win. That's why they had to do some underhanded shit. And
Well, that's the thing. Like his key to victory was going to be going over the Frey Bridge,
yep.
but they stopped it right there. Like as soon as he made it
Yeah.
to the other side of that bridge, it was going to be over.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right there.
and here we are again. Like I mean, it's history repeats itself in reverse this time.
Flip it and reverse it. How? Oh.
Like, um, sorry, did you get that?
No.
You froze on me. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay.
froze on me. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
we're
you got
good, we're
little
good, we're
red
good, we're good.
lines down here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I said, what was I saying? History repeated itself, but like
But in reverse,
backwards.
yeah.
Yes, because we saw it happen to Rob first, but here we are again, where somebody would have been a fantastic king, and it was
Yeah.
just like life ended too short type of situation.
Mm,
And
right. Unfortunate.
yeah, some similarities
There's a lot of
there,
parallels in that show for
but
sure. But hopefully we don't get overdone with those because there's a lot of bad things we don't want to see paralleled throughout this series. But we have our duo, we have our two, and I'm very excited to see where they go with this. And I want to know because if she was important enough to have this tournament, will we have her back? That girl, I don't remember her name.
Lady Gwyn.
Is that her? There you go.
Hmm. Yeah,
Is her birthday? You set this all off.
when she like, I love, I love when she books at him. You know what I'm saying? Just for no reason, for no
100%.
reason at all.
She's got some attitude to her. Yeah. Oh man.
It's great, man. I really want to see. There's a lot of things that I want to see,
Yeah.
but for him to catch up with the puppeteer Tansel,
Mhm.
um, and see, because I mean he saved her from the prince. That's the whole reason
Yeah.
that this is happening in the first place,
Yep, yep, yep.
and she just took off as she should. I don't blame her for that. You know, you can very much get executed for people have been executed by Targaryens for less.
For sure.
But yeah, so she was good to like get out of town. But as they're walking away in that right before that last scene, Eggs like I hear there's a lot of puppeteers there and stuff like this. So
Yeah,
like yeah, I would love to see the follow up with that
for sure.
because I mean I don't want to say she owes him or anything like that. She didn't ask for any of that,
She didn't.
But I mean, there's at least a conversation or
She finished
something,
it for
right?
sure. There's
Yeah,
something, but I will say she did finish. Didn't she finish the shield for him? Not shield.
she did finish the shield
The
for him.
Was it a
Yeah,
shield that
a
she painted
shield
the thing
for
on?
life. That's
Right.
fair.
But I'm sure we'll see them together again. And that we even have her for a small amount of time. She was great as well. And she's Dane-ish. Is she from Dane? Am I wrong about that?
I'm not sure.
I thought they said she was Danish. It's not. No, it's not Dane. Is it Dane? It can't be
Dorn,
Danish. Dorn. There you go.
Dorn,
It's like Danish is an
Dornish.
actual
Yeah.
thing.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, man, very excited for this show, seeing where it's going to go. Again, we're obviously going to talk about House of the Dragon later on this summer. Very different tone. Damon alone is very different from anything we get in this show.
I love that man.
He's a great
He's
man.
crazy.
He's crazy as hell. He
Yeah.
can keep his tongue. Oh, dude.
Also, like a little bit biased because I love Matt Smith. Matt
For
Smith
sure.
is awesome.
Oh, because you actually
Yeah.
watched his doctor, yeah?
Yeah, I watched
Yeah,
his doctor.
I have not.
Yeah.
But I am also a fan. He's very good.
That's when we got a Karen Gillan. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. So is that where you
Yeah.
first met her too? Or saw her too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Makes
I know
sense.
both of them from like the same stuff. They have my favorite Doctor Who episode with Van Gogh. It's great.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Hey, respect to Doctor Who, man. Obviously, it's the live action One Piece. It just keeps going. But I think that does wrap us up here for at least Game of Thrones, Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Do you have any final thoughts, Ernest?
Yeah. First of all, what's your score? You never gave it.
I'm supposed to be. If I never gave it, it is a 10. I would never change it.
Oh, okay.
So
All
yeah,
right.
there's this
Making
shows
sure.
this
Making
shows
sure.
I think this show's perfect. Again, even if you added another episode in there, because I just want more, I like at that point, we have a full series, we have a full story here. Give me another season. So we're
Yeah.
gonna be seated. We're gonna be seated.
The last thing that I want to say about this is y'all is tripping for hating on House of the Dragon because this is a different tone and it's easier to settle into and stuff
Oh, for
like this.
sure.
It doesn't make stuff like that bad at all. I
Yeah,
love
more
House
than
of the
one
Dragon.
thing can
I
be
love Game of
good.
Thrones.
It's
Yes.
ridiculous.
Yeah, and they can be good. They can be good in different ways while
Yeah.
being different and
For
things
sure.
like this. And even though it is the same universe, one leads to another, and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Like I just love all of it, man. I love
Yeah.
all of it so much. And the stuff we're going to get into with this next season of House of the Dragon is
Oh,
going
dude,
to
yeah,
be epic.
yeah,
It's going to be so good.
hell yeah,
So
hell yeah.
yeah, man, I'm so hyped for it. I'm so hyped for it, but also hyped for whatever happens with this show. Like I said, there are a lot of things that I'm looking forward to, but I agree with you in that they didn't do too much with this. Like this feels like if this was the last episode, I wouldn't be too beat up about it. You know,
Right.
like this
You
does
just
feel like
know
a
they're going
complete
off on
story,
adventures.
is what I'm
Yeah,
trying to say,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I'm so looking forward to more. I know little homie, what's his name?
Egg?
Dexter Soul
Oh,
and
yeah.
Zell. He was 9 when they filmed this stuff. He's
Oh,
11 now.
oh my
I
God.
don't know what that means for how long we're gonna have to wait for the next one, but
Mm,
whenever it does come, I'm looking forward to it very much.
yeah.
This is also one of the places where seeing a child mature throughout the show is going to make sense, you know, like
Yeah,
because time can be skipped between this thing
that's
and
true.
that thing, and he can come back and
All of
it's not
Stranger
going to be
Things is
like a
like one
Stranger
year
Things
after each other.
situation. I
Yes.
know that's the first thing we think of,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Yep.
So so yeah, man, yeah.
They did their best, but
It's going to be cool to see. Again, I'm ready to see him and Peter Claffey and like more stuff. You
yeah,
know, like
for sure.
they're good. They're really good, and you need giant men for stuff. I'm sure that's a thing. So,
For sure. Well, they're needed everywhere.
so
I mean,
yeah.
hey, we're getting a live action Kingdom Come Deliverance. So,
Oh, true, true. We're getting Thor. We're getting Thor in the new God of War and stuff.
oh
He
yeah,
is a giant man.
that's
He's a
true.
giant man.
That is
We
true.
can we can fit Peter in there somewhere. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Just super hyped for all of it.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. Whatever we get more of this universe, I'm always here for. And again, I think the heart of all of this, it's ridiculous to have say like one thing's bad because of the other. If you like one thing more than the other thing, that's fine. Just say that. Like, oh, dude, I
Yeah,
like this so much more than House of the Dragon. Cool. You know what? You do you.
that's
Because
your
House of the
vibe.
Dragon is more in
Yeah.
the vein of regular Game of Thrones. But
Mhm.
like, if the like, don't say one's just terrible or whatever. We deal with so many absolutes in today's like critical culture. It's pretty ridiculous. All of
Yeah.
these can be good, and if you don't like any of them, that's also fine. Just because you don't like something doesn't make it bad, which is the point of all of that. But we're gonna be keeping on with Dunk and Egg, and if you want to keep with us, keeping on them, Ernest, where can the people find us?
So if you'd like to stay up to date with the show, you can find us out here on all these social medias, baby. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube.
YouTube.
And if you'd like to reach us directly, you can find us at life is storytelling at gmail.com. We appreciate any and all feedback and we fucking love you.
We love you so much. We will again be back next week talking all things games with our impressions on Marathon. That's had an ebb and flow, a back and forth of like good publicity, bad publicity. But now we have our chance, and we talk about it so much with like first person shooters. It's so hard to show you something in the first person shooter space. Obviously, when you think of the art style, that pops out. But the way it feels, the way it plays, you really don't know what that's about till you get your hands on the controller. And we're all about these demos, open weekends to try this out. So yeah, we're going to be putting a good bit of time on that this weekend, and we'll be back to talk about it next week. But hopefully, it's a good time. We're always rooting for the games. But thank you all for tuning in, hanging out, and have a great rest of your week.